So here's the current status of the recording studio. This is the big tree outside the building, and I came by today and I noticed they had actually painted the outside, and they got this nice light brown stucco color that matches well with the windows and the canopies above the windows. So pleased with that. Let's go inside and see what's happening in here. Now the floors in the building are what's going to be called polished concrete, and this is just a cardboard to protect the floors until we actually get moved in. Way down there you can see some of the polished concrete is revealed. All right, so these rooms on this side are offices, and they don't need any kind of special acoustic treatment. But let's take a look at the control rooms. There's 3 identical control rooms. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go down to this last room here. So the way this is laid out is that the engineer will be seated in that area, looking out that window, and 2 speakers will be on stands, probably with casters on the bottom of the stands, and they'll be mounted about head height. There'll be kind of a table over all of this connectivity here, this conduit, and you could think of it kind of like a kitchen island, where that's where all the rack mount gear will be located. There's a little floor pocket there that'll have power and electrical connections. Over here, way in this corner, is where the desktop computer will be located. That's connectivity and that's power, and that pipe goes to here, and that goes to here, and all of the connectivity there goes to a server room. That's that room right there. No, it's this room right here. And all those pipes are from all the different rooms in the building. And inside here will be a computer with some sort of a Dante system or something like that, can patch audio and video and cameras and large scale or large screen display screens that will roll around between rooms. Notice that these rooms don't have windows in between them like typical recording studios, but I opted to do that because I really wanted to make sure that there was not any sound leakage between rooms. Notice that these rooms are double wall construction. And let me also show you here that this is the double window deal. We had to buy one expensive window for the outside there, and then we have this inside window, and then I just put some foam rubber there to kind of bridge the gap, but the 2 structures are not connected at all, just the foam rubber to cover up the ugliness in there. Air conditioning, each room has its own dedicated mini split, and there's that's the thing called an ERV for fresh air. That dumps in fresh air, and that takes out stale air. Notice there's no holes in the walls. As I said, I didn't want to compromise the sound isolation by punching holes in the walls, so all the power comes up through the floor. And so I'm going to have to run some EMT over here to a switch, and then the power's going to go up there, go across the ceiling and distribute up there. That's what's called the non-tech power. Down here, the tech power, or the clean power, comes here. This is for the audio equipment. All right, I think you've got a pretty good feel for what's going on, and I can definitely send you the dimensions of this room. As I said, we have 3 rooms that are exactly the same size that I need to treat, but also I need to treat the big room. I don't even know if I showed you that room yet. Let me go down here and take a look at it. There's the 3rd of the control rooms, and here's the large tracking room. This is probably the largest tracking room in Texas for recording studios. It's large enough that we could actually have a stage over there and where a band could set up, and we could even hang a couple of line array speakers up here, put a bunch of chairs back here, maybe set up a bar in one of the control rooms in the back, and have little private gigs in here and record video and audio when we do that. But again, this room has to be treated. It's got two mini splits. It's got a very small one here that's I think when it's on its quietest setting, it's like 19 dB, which is not even audible. And then over here, we got a big blaster that can put a whole bunch of air in here in case we do need, there's several people in here. We really need to cool the room down. There's the ERV for this room, ERV duct there. Here's the windows that I haven't put in yet. You see, here's what the window looks like before we get it all finished out. You see, we have the two separate structures there, but we have to put that black foam rubber around it and then plop the other window in. And there it is, the windows over there. All right. Appreciate you watching.